Look at this endless ocean of green. 6 million square kilometers of dense, hostile, and seemingly pristine wilderness. For centuries, modern science agreed on one thing. The Amazon rainforest was a green desert, an environment too harsh, too acidic, and too dense to ever support a large human civilization. We believed that before Europeans arrived, only small, nomadic tribes wandered these trees, leaving no permanent mark. But this belief wasn't just a theory. It was a shield to cover our own lack of sight. Because deep under this living green shroud, a massive secret was waiting. In the year 1541, Spanish conquistador Francisco de Orellana became the first European to navigate the entire length of the Amazon River. He and his men didn't find an empty wilderness. They wrote frantic, obsessed accounts of massive, glittering cities, crowded shores, and millions of warriors defending a golden empire. The fabled El Dorado. But when later expeditions returned, they found nothing. No stone ruins, no massive populations. The jungle had swallowed everything. For 500 years, history dismissed Orellana's reports as the fever dreams of desperate men chasing myths in the mud. Until now. Standard archaeology is useless here. You cannot find ruins on foot when the undergrowth is so dense you can't see 5 feet in front of you. Satellite imagery is blocked by a solid wooden roof of leaves over 80 feet high. To find a lost empire, we had to stop looking with our eyes and start looking with light. Enter LIDAR, light detection and ranging. Mounted to the bellies of low-flying aircraft, these sensors act like geological X-rays. By firing over 1.5 million invisible infrared laser pulses every second, the technology does something human eyes never could. Most of the laser beams bounce off the thick canopy, but a tiny percentage slip through the minuscule gaps between leaves, striking the solid earth below before bouncing back to the plane. By measuring the exact nanosecond return time of billions of pulses, scientists can digitally deforest the Amazon. With a single click of a mouse, the living jungle is stripped away, revealing the naked, solid contours of the earth. When archaeologists first processed the raw LIDAR data, they expected to see flat, featureless soil. Instead, they saw geometric shapes, straight lines, giant circles, human geometry carved into the very crust of the earth. This wasn't a pristine wild, it was an engineered landscape. In the Upano Valley of Ecuador, right in the shadow of the Andes, the lasers revealed a sprawling network of lost cities. Massive earthen platforms, agricultural terraces, and grand plazas that had been hidden under the roots for over 2,000 years. These weren't small villages, they were monumental city centers. Even more shocking was the connectivity. Spanning outward from these plazas were perfectly straight elevated highways over 30 feet wide, stretching for miles across the landscape. They found canals engineered to divert rivers, artificial reservoirs to farm fish, and vast networks of raised agricultural mounds. These were highly sophisticated garden cities, a sustainable, decentralized urban network that housed millions of people living in harmony with the rainforest. Francisco de Orellana wasn't lying. 500 years ago, he witnessed the final crowded days of a massive Amazonian civilization right before European diseases, introduced at the coasts, swept ahead of the explorers and wiped out up to 90% of the population. The jungle didn't swallow an empty desert. It swallowed a cemetery. The true treasure of the Amazon was never gold. It was the people who built an empire without destroying the forest, a legacy written in the earth, finally waiting in the light.